Okay, welcome back to another video. Today is about, we're just in the first week of January and it is about reviewing last year. So we're going to wash the car. We've been using the E36 a little bit recently, which has been awesome. Still got some things to tidy up in the interior, but which you would have seen in the last video released a couple of days ago. But we're getting there. It's drivable right now. So we're going to start off the wheels, and while we're cleaning the wheels, we're just going to discuss, what has happened over the last 12 months. And what to expect, and hopefully, which is going to be a pretty exciting 2024. So, let's get stuck into it. So I guess the first part of this year has really been dominated by this car. And once this interior is done, it's a car. There's always going to be stuff to do, but once this interior is done, it's in like pretty nice shape. We've obviously been talking about these wheels and getting those sorted, but it's starting to look pretty tidy, which is awesome. You'll see. And again, once this is all, you can probably see it. The camera will hide a bit of the dirt, but it's looking mint. It's looking so good. I'm super stoked about it. And then obviously this year, thank you to everyone that's supported the detailed formula, and that's kind of what this is about. All those people that have jumped online, bought the products. It truly means a lot. The fact that you have this idea and you can put some of it into action and actually see like you guys support that and buy those products is like it's unbelievable. So super appreciative of for everyone that either has subscribed to the channel or has gone onto the website, taken some info of what we do here and supported us. It's incredible. So yeah, major thank you. This year has been a success, and I really appreciate all those people that have stopped in either to watch the video or bought stuff off the website. It's incredibly grateful. So that's almost what the first part of this video is about, is just thanking those people that have been part of this journey so far. It's, it's pretty cliche, but you think, all the views that the videos get, if you'd told me that at the start, you'd be like, oh, it would have been great, it would have been really cool, but there's actually people following it, and that's awesome. So yeah, thank you all. And yeah, bring on this next year, and let's see where we can get to. And next part is also, going back to this car that's the whole idea, right? Without these cars and things that, the cars that we love and want to make look good, there's nothing, there's no point in detailing. So, for me, it's this car at the moment, and, looking back at all the work that's happened over the last year on it, whilst working full time, it's awesome. So, and again, you'll see it, hopefully it comes across in the videos that there's just something about working on cars that you just sit back and it's awesome. Like even when things aren't going to plan, for example, that frickin' sunroof that didn't work well straight away, just having that passion to be able to do something, I think is really important. And it's a hell of a lot of fun as well. A bit more product there. Also, any of you obviously that have been using these products off the website, again, thank you, but let me know in the comments of what you think of them. I think I know that's gonna be the plan for this year. Whilst this process is pretty dialed and pretty good, I think that's the way this industry kind of goes. It always new things coming along, testing the water, seeing if they're good. You look at graphene coatings, they didn't really exist 3 or 4 years ago, and now they're dominating the market. So that's going to be the key part to this year, is really going out and testing more products, evaluating the process, making sure it's up to date and it's good. And so we're excited for that. So you'll see this year, we'll probably see more sort of like testing videos. And yeah, again, just keeping that process up to date and making sure we're doing the best to look after these things. But yeah, I'm going to finish up these wheels and then we'll get onto the washing process, and I'll see you then. Okay, wheels done, car's rinsed. Get into the foaming. So one thing I want to concentrate on this year is, and it's definitely the trend of what's trending with all the professional detailers out there, is the pre-wash stage. Now, I believe that if you're washing your car every week, your car's typically pretty clean. Like, this was dirty, but it wasn't too dirty. Now, if you're washing your car less, or you're doing a lot of, or if you're driven in the rain, or you've done a lot of, like if your car's really dirty and it has some sediment on it, then I think the pre-wash step is necessary. So that's kind of what I want to get into. One of the first things I want to get into. Another thing I want to get into is, I mean, you just saw that leak out. As I've been testing this MJGC gun for a while now, it's no good. I mean, it's no good. Obviously, I don't know if you can see that, but it's leaking out. It's leaking out without me doing anything, so it's no good. And then basically I won't take it out, but in here the quick disconnect has just worn away the brass fitting, so that's a no for MJGC. So if anyone is tempted to buy them, yeah, okay, as an option where you just, if you want something cheap and entry level to get into like a quick disconnect, okay, sure, but for long term, this one's going in the bin. On the other hand, the G-Technic ceramic coating, God, it's good. Like, even the foam is struggling to stick to it. And I mean, if this foam's struggling to stick to it, we know that dirt's struggling to stick to it. So, yeah, it is so good. And we'll do some close-ups at the end of the water beading off, but man. It's epic. It's so good. Like, if you want to see beading and protection, then this is it. This is it. I mean, there are so many good coatings out there now. Like, all the good manufacturers, they make some awesome coatings, but I mean, this works, and it works so well. So I can't, we may do some tests on it in the future, but I can't see myself changing anytime soon, because it is yeah, it's awesome. It's so awesome. I'm doing this late in the day because at the moment it's been so hot during the day, just not car washing weather at all. But it's starting to get dark, so as always, it's nice and cool, which is perfect. But we'll do this nice and quick and get through it. But yeah, as I was talking before, the main, I think, goal of this 2024 is to really dial in the products we offer. So while I feel like we have a good foundation, the industry does change so much over just a few years. So it makes sense to not necessarily go back to the drawing board, but really just start dialing in the process even more. Like, you can't go wrong on if you follow these steps right now. Like, I still believe that the 2-bucket method, as long as you're careful and using the right products, is the way to go in terms of not scratching your car. And it's the easiest to follow, and you can, yeah, still believe you can do the best job. But yeah, the introduction of a pre-wash, that seems to where a lot of the research is going into now. And again, the whole idea is to limit the contaminants on the paint as much as possible. Now, I still really like the idea of having the snow foam on the car while washing, just to provide that lubrication. Like, you look at what I'm doing now, I'm barely touching, like, I'm just pushing the pad along, I'm not pushing it into the paint at all. And I feel that that's important. So if I was going to incorporate a pre-wash into the process, it would be to do it on the dry car, most likely just on the areas that are dirty, because again, especially if you, obviously coatings are going to be resistant to it, But if you have a wax in your car and you put a pre-wash on, it's going to typically be relatively strong. It is going to affect that wax. So limit the full exposure of the car with the pre-wash is going to be my plan. And then still use, I mean, I'm still a massive fan of the GSF. Like, I mean, you just feel how easy that is to glide across your paint, and it does make it so clean. Something's gonna have to be pretty good for me to change that soap. Yes, it is a touch on the expensive side, but at the end of the day, you're paying about $5 a wash for it. So $5 a wash to make sure you don't scratch your paint and have something really nice and lubricated. You know, I think that's good enough. I mean, it's good enough for me. I'm going to finish washing this down and we'll see you at the drying stage. Okay, final step of the process before we run out of daylight here. Well, I'm getting a little low on bead maker, so we're going to have to, oh yeah, we'll have enough to make it work. But again, if you're not sold on bead maker yet with one of our drying towels, just buy a small bottle, see how good it actually is, see how good it makes your car look, and just give it a go. There's you get a little bit of hate on it online of it smearing a little bit, but in our conditions in New Zealand, you won't see that. So I would just make it happen. For one, the bead maker is going to lubricate your paint, so you're not going to scratch it while using our drying towel, which, I mean, our towel is soft, but there's always still risks. And also it makes the car way easier to dry. It provides you a bit of protection if you don't have a wax or a coating on it. If you don't care too much and you just want to use this as your sealant layer, well, then it still works. As long as you apply it every time you wash the car, it's going to do the job. It's going to protect that paint, especially from our New Zealand sun. And it also just makes your car look so goddamn good. But yeah, do yourself a favour, grab one of our small bottles, give it a test, come back the next day and just see how shiny your car looks. It's that simple. It's all you got to do. Now, going back to the rest of the year and what the plans are, pretty excited. I've been working with a flooring company that's basically a subsidiary of Swiss Tracks, and except with a few changes in the tiles themselves to make them more UV resistant for New Zealand, basically because, I mean, if you're from New Zealand you know, but if you're from overseas, we have a big hole in our ozone layer which makes our UV index like massive. Like, you look at the last few days that now that we're in January, like, it's the UV index would be basically 10 every day. We even got to 11 the other day, which means if you get sunburnt, it takes you about all of 10 minutes to get burnt. But then if it means you clear coat, those UV rays just fry the hell out of your car. So these tiles, I mean, they look as good as Swiss Tracks do, but for us they're just going to confirm, but for us they're just going to last longer. They're going to keep their colour better, and they look real smart. So I can imagine, I mean, I've been working with Richard, the guy who owns the company, and we're looking around the March time to work with him to get those on board. So that's pretty awesome, and so that'll be great to add that to our arsenal, because It'll be great to be able to not just make your cars mint, but make your garages also mint. So we'll see how that goes for this year. Finally, for the E36 itself, I guess the key goals now that the interior, I can imagine it's going to be finished in about a month, which is awesome. But next steps are, and I mentioned it before, how much I love these AC Snitzer Type 3 wheels. Well, the look of them at least, because they are rips. Because they are rips, they're going to go. Not sure when, but by the end of this year, we'll have some different shoes for the car. And then gonna have to sort out the rear boot. Not sure if you've seen on the videos, but it still has the holes from the old wing, so gonna have to do some work there. I do like the look of a wing, so we're definitely gonna get a wing. I do like the LTW, which is pretty cliche, but I still do like it. So that's a pretty high chance of that happening. And yeah, we'll see what else we can do. Who knows? I'd love to do suspension, get this thing sitting a bit lower, most likely coilovers, so that could be an option too for the year. So we'll see how that goes. Hey, if you're still around, put some suggestions in the comments. It'd be great to see what you guys want to see out of this car, but that's certainly what I'm looking at. Wheels, suspension, and a rear wing of some kind. And hey, I'd also love to add another car to mix, but we'll take one step at a time. Maybe something Japanese. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. Can always add more cars to the mix. Build ourselves a little collection, you know? Okay, that's gonna be it for the video. Again, feeling good, car's clean, ready for another week. And yeah, again, to all those people that have supported the channel and the store over the last 12 months, a big thank you again. I can't stress it enough how much it means. I am living the dream out here, working on cars and supplying products, and hey, maybe it takes some benefit away from it, but it means a lot. Every time I see that little purchase icon come through on a website, it fills me with excitement. So again, really appreciate it. Next video, most likely going to be these freaking door cards. I'm so close to nailing the process. Now I understand why there's not many people online that have done them and done them well. So it's been a process, but they're starting to look pretty good. We'll leave it there. We'll see you very soon, and thanks for the support as always.